On the last episode of Trials of Shiva.
My three characters of choice at this point in time are Tidus, Lightning,
Are you sure about that?
and Cloud.
But it's gonna be blue skies for you and I. We'll step out of the shadows and walk into the light. Yeah, it's gonna be blue skies for you and I.
Moving right along, we're on to Shiva Trials Part 5. And now we have a combination of the Fire Dragon and the Bone Dragon. So we're gonna get him on wave 3 and the Bone Dragon on wave 4 as the boss. So again, make sure you bring your ice damage dealers. And you know I said before that weapons don't matter, but I also feel like I should make a different video explaining that topic, because weapons do matter. There are several weapons that they've added to the game that add elemental attributes to attacks for certain characters, like Rem and Yuna. You know, they gave Rem an ice weapon and Yuna got a lightning weapon. So I feel like I should make a video about that and let you guys know what you should be doing with that. Alright, gonna choose Baltier and move right along. Now with these skeleton guys, they're pretty tanky, but they're very vulnerable to melee attacks. These guys aren't really weak to magic, so use your melee attackers on them mostly, and when you break them they become vulnerable. As you'll notice, a lot of these enemies become vulnerable when you break them, so it's always good to do that. Make sure you break them so you get some extra leeway to get some damage in on them if you can't kill them in one turn. Alright, gonna go ahead and slash combo this guy. Flourish of Steel, get rid of this, move along. Red Dragon, we know he's going to AoE our team, so we're going to try and build up so that we don't get broken. Of course, getting broken isn't always a bad thing if you're trying to get your summon gauge up. It's a good tip to know. Getting broken raises the summon gauge by a lot, so getting broken frequently, as long as you can handle it, isn't always a bad thing. You know, don't think that getting broken is the end of the world. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. If you're trying to get your summon gauge up, you know, feel free to get broken. Alright, go ahead and finish this up. Now we're on to the Bone Dragon. I call him Bone Dragon. His name is Skull Dragon, but I like to call him Bone Dragon. I'm gonna go ahead and slash combo. Flourish of Steel. Oh, look at that. Everybody's up in front, so I'm going to Finishing Touch to launch. Get some bravery attacks in. That was pretty good. See, this ancient power can be so scary. I mean, just look at all those buffs. And now this brings me to a topic that I actually mentioned on a forum before, because a lot of people were saying that melee attackers like Tidus are not so valuable on bosses who have defensive buffs and melee resistance buffs. What a lot of people don't really realize is that there's a maximum of 5 buffs per target or per person on the field. Okay, so as you can see, he has 5, but when Tidus uses slash combo, he applies 3. So what'll happen is it'll push off the farthest 3 most buffs. Here, I'll demonstrate. Unfortunately, because he has Elude, he gets a lower chance of getting debuffed. So I was able to knock off his attack buff, but he still has his defensive buffs, max bravery, and so on and so forth. So hopefully on the next one, we get to drop another couple of debuffs, but I don't think he'll live that long, because we're just going to keep turning into him to quickly finish him. Oh, look at that, we got another one. Maybe he won't die. I doubt it. Oh, nope, never mind. He KO'd on me. But yeah, you guys get the point. You know, if you guys debuff a target that has his own self buffs, you can definitely push him off. It's a lot easier to do with debuff characters such as Vincent, or with Vincent or Ferris. You know, Vincent or Ferris are dedicated debuffers. Vincent, you know, he puts up he literally puts up 5 debuffs by himself, and Ferris puts up about 4, and it's poison damage. So now we have the miniature Magitech armor. These guys are weak to lightning. Let's just go. Let's just keep going. Keep this train rolling. If you're a beginner, this is probably gonna be extremely difficult for you. A lot of these enemies are very high level. As you'll notice, these guys are already level 30, but the bosses are going to be much higher level. They're going to have a lot more HP. They're going to do a lot more damage. So avoid doing these unless you have your whole team maxed out and you have some form of weaponry for those characters. But if you're equipped and you're ready to go, then try it out. See how far you get. I'm going to go ahead and blitz through these guys. The Iron Giant, this guy is a lot more tanky. A lot more tanky. It's at this point in the World of Illusions that you have to start being considerate of how many ability uses you have, because now you're facing a lot more boss level enemies. It's going to take you a lot more uses to kill them, so you have to be much more conscientious of what you're doing. Gonna go ahead and break him and finish him off. Alright, 2 more basic enemies. Gonna break him, short circuit, and we're gonna go ahead and blow this guy up. Bravery attack, and we're probably gonna finish this guy off with lightning. Next should be Zoo? Yes, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and break him with a quick hit. Just gonna go ahead and use Force of Steel to replenish her buffs, and Cloud is going to cross slash. Hopefully paralyzed. No luck on the paralyzed. All right, Spark Strike. Let's go. Tidus HP attack. Chunk him out. Lightning to finish. She does so much damage. I love this character. She's so good. Now we're down to the Skull Dragon. Do you see that? He's level 60. He has so much more health compared to his previous counterpart. So much more bravery. This is why he becomes such a big threat. But luckily, our summon is almost up, and we should be good to go if lightning goes again. Yep, I think we might be able to get the summon gauge to fill up here. Or not quite. Almost. Okay. A few more attacks and we should be golden. Alright, gonna go ahead and use Spark Strike to refresh my buffs. And now we have Shiva, finally. Super awesome cinematic for attack. And as you'll see, your max bravery will increase, as it said on her page, on her info page. And now you'll see that a boss is weak to all the attacks now because of that frost damage that she imbued to your team. Gonna go ahead and finish this now. Lots and lots of damage. This is the power of having these Espers max level. They just do so much damage and they provide your team with such more kick when you're doing these missions. Alright, now for the more veteran players, or well, even for the newer players, if you're making it this far and you're able to clear this successfully multiple times. Mission 6 of the Shiva Trials definitely dropped the best assortment of materials when it comes to the Ison type materials. The tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 have a significantly higher drop chance here, and you'll get a buttload of them. You'll see, you got 20 of these, 20 of the tier 1s, 20 more of the tier 1s. You just got 60 of the tier, or I just got 60 of the tier 1s, 30 of the tier 2s, and 10 of the tier 3s. So if you have your book of treasure on, you're looking at a good amount of materials per run on this. So definitely, if you're at this point, you're able to clear this, use your books, get your materials, and level up Shiva. And I believe at this point there was a gateway. Of course, since my Shiva is maxed out already, that gateway kind of just disappeared instantly. But for newer players who haven't leveled up Shiva yet, there will be a gateway here that prohibits you from entering her final trial, her EX mission, until you've gotten her to 15, something like that. Make sure you level her up because you're gonna need it for this next one. This next one is definitely, I'd say, a mandatory high-level Shiva necessity on this mission. She just makes it so much easier. Now let's look at the enemies. This is kind of like almost a mini to big boss rush. You got your Iron Giant, your Zoo, your Dragon, and your Skull Dragon. The quest level is 70. Make sure you bring your A game to this trial. If you don't, you're going to have a very bad time doing this. This is no joke. These enemies hit harder than any enemies you've seen so far. They will kick your butt to the curb if you're not careful. Without further ado, let's get on with it. Starting off, this enemy is already level 50. Let's go ahead and quick hit. Even me, I have to be careful with this because even I can suffer defeat from these trials, so I have to be very careful. When you launch somebody, make sure you hit with each character because it will raise your summon gauge significantly. Even if the boss is already going to die, it does not matter. Just keep going. Just keep beating them up. Alright, let's get a slash combo to slow him down. Cloud, gonna go ahead and cross slash. Hopefully we get a paralyze. No dice. Alright, go ahead and quick quit to refresh buffs. Lightning Spark Strike. Max out your bravery. Cloud's gonna go ahead and bravery attack. Tidus. Let's just bravery attack. HP attack. Another HP attack. Chunk it out. And we're just going to go ahead and finish this off here. Level 60 now. So this guy is going to be a bit of a pain. Let's go ahead and Spark Strike. Tidus is going to quick hit. Cloud's going to bravery attack. Fire Breath. Wow, and you can see how much more damage that does to me now. Remember back when I fought him, you know, during the tier 4 trial or tier 3 trial, he was only doing about 170 damage. Now his damage is up to almost 750 on some of these characters. That's almost 4 times the amount of damage that he's doing to my team. So definitely be very cautious with these guys. Do not take them lightly. Even veterans, be very cautious. Fire, not doing so much, but it's still a good amount. Go ahead, cross slash. Oh, we got a paralysis. Nice. That means I can just go all out. Let's get another Flourish of Steel to get my bravery buff back up. Cloud, go ahead and cross slash. Now you always want to make sure that you save your summon for the last boss, because the last boss is usually always the hardest one. He's a final boss for a reason, you know. There are some exceptions to that. If one of your characters is literally going to die in an attack and there's only like one person and you know that one person can't finish him off or break him, then maybe it's a good time to summon, even if you won't have it for the last enemy in the mission. That's pretty much my rule of thumb when it comes to using the summon. Always save it unless in an emergency where you cannot hold it anymore. Alright, anyways, let's continue. Let's get a slash combo going to debuff him. We're going to go ahead and refresh Lightning's damage buff. Cloud is going to go ahead and actually, let's just summon. Yeah. Let's go ahead and launch. Get an HP attack in with Lightning. Another HP attack in with Tidus. Lots of damage here. Lightning's gonna go ahead and Flourish of Steel. Tidus is gonna go ahead and do his own thing with Quick Hit. Lightning is going to go ahead again and keep bursting down. Let's get Spark Strike in. And Tidus is gonna finish this off with Slash Combo. Alright, now he's going to activate Ancient Power. Go ahead and attack him with Cloud. Tidus is going to quick hit here. I'm pretty sure his buff counters went up. Pretty sure in the other trials he only had like a 10 turn buff, but now he's up to 4 or 15. It's a lot of turns. It's definitely scary. So let's go ahead and Spark Strike this guy. And with Tidus, we're going to go ahead and slash combo. Knock some of these buffs off, hopefully. Got speed down and attack down. Gonna go ahead and cross slash. Flourish of Steel. So close to being done for.
貴様の拳などかほどにも効かんわい。お前はもう死んでいる。何？もうは匠でギゼブ。
Story. Psych!
やれ。
Guys, I am loving making these videos. I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are on these. I hope you guys are liking them just as much as I am. So please do me a favor and leave me a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on these videos. But anyways, I'm out. Till next time. Bye guys.